Hey guys, and welcome to my Turoth's AFKing guide with magic for 2018. Now I have made a ranged Turoth guide before, so I'll link that one in the description if you're interested in killing them with ranged. Now in terms of requirements stat wise, you need 74 plus farming. This is the required level to make Seedicide work efficiently. 85 is the optimal level for farming with Seedicide. 55 Slayer to kill the Turoths, and 75 plus magic to kill them with the Abyssal Wand and Orb or the Staff of Light, which are the second best weapons to kill them with after the Staff of Darkness. 92 Prayer for Soul Split for easy AFKing. You can do it without it, but this guide is focused on doing it with Soul Split. 61 Summoning for the Smoke Devil Familiar, which has a useful AoE ability if you use scrolls on it and put the autocast to 1. Now in terms of items you require, I listed a few. There are a few items I'll get into afterwards that are optimal to use here, but let's get on with the required items first. So you need Seedicide to get farming experience. To AFK here you need a bone necklace like the Demon Horn necklace or the Split Dragon Tooth necklace to get your prayer back if you're using a Bone Crusher, which is also a required item. Aggression potions to make them aggro you and therefore you can AFK. Weapon poison plus isn't really a requirement, but you might as well buy them and use them because they will boost your experience per hour greatly. And the Corruption Blast ability is the required item or ability for this guide because this has a AoE bleed effect, which is corruption apparently, and it boosts your experience per hour greatly in magic or defense and farming. You can get this ability by buying a Mazcap ability codex from the Grand Exchange for around 12 million GP. As for optional items or useful things to bring, the Smoke Devil Familiar plus Scrolls are very useful here, and I would recommend bringing them, but they are not required if you're going to be using a legendary pet instead to pick up the noted drops, which is also a useful thing to bring. You can do that as well, but with the Smoke Devil Familiar, which does magic damage, and with the Scrolls AoE, you get a little bit more experience per hour. The Herbicide item to get Herbal experience, AFK, it's around 5k an hour. It isn't much, but you might as well get some if you want some. The Charming Imp to pick up the charms or crush them for summoning experience. A Vecna Skull, which is pretty much a unlimited super magic potion. You can also bring magic potions or overloads instead, it's up to you. And the Spring Cleaner to clean the battle staff and rune drops. I could have listed the gold accumulator here, but I did not. The Turoths have a lot of coin drops, and if you have the gold accumulator, it's useful to bring it here, but they run out or degrade unless you have the 1.5 million token advanced gold accumulator, which never runs out. If you do have it, and for some reason you're watching this guide, bring it because the coin drops do add up. So obviously there are a few optional auras here. Any XP boosting aura is useful here, like Wisdom, a Festive aura, or maybe even the Summer aura. A Vampirism aura, which heals you from the damage that you do, a certain percentage, like Soul Split, if you're for some reason struggling to survive. This is a good option if you're going to be using the Farmer's outfit for that extra farming experience. The Penance aura gives you prayer points back for the damage that you get dealt or take, and it can help you out if you're struggling to keep your prayer up with Soul Split and maybe Torment at the same time. Dark Magic aura is useful as it has a corrupting effect and basically boosts your experience per hour as well. The Manical aura increases your magic by 10%, damage I mean, and decreases your defense by 15%, and the Ancestor Spirits aura sometimes summons these ancestors that do damage, and it can help you out as well. Now as for setups, there's quite a few, and I have 3 examples on screen right now which are quite similar. Now we are going to be focusing on non-degradable items and armor. The best weapons that don't degrade here are the Staff of Light and the Abyssal Wand and Orb. You can, of course, also use the Staff of Darkness, which is the best in slot item or weapon here, and it is a T85 staff, and it will get your experience up to the max. But it does degrade, and I do not recommend having it here, unless you're willing to spend more money, of course. The cape slot can be anything from a max cape, comp cape, kiln cape, or even a skill cape, or maybe even a god cape. As for the necklace and bone crusher, you obviously want these for the unlimited prayer, so a bone necklace like the Split Dragon Tooth necklace or the Demon Horn necklace. As for rings, I just took a ring of wealth. You can take any ring here, a Silent Surgeon's ring, a ring of death, anything really. As for armor, on the left I have the Animal Core set, which is the tier 80 version that does not degrade. It's pretty much the best non-degradable armor for magic. Onto the right and to the right of that we have Subjugation, which is quite good as well. On the most left setup, I am using Subjugation boots and gloves, which are pretty much the best non-degradable boots and gloves to use here. And the Abyssal Wand and Orb are a bit worse in terms of experience per hour, but they are an option. Maybe if you're an Iron Man and you somehow got these instead of the Staff of Light, you can use these. But the Staff of Light is the better weapon choice here, as I've tested it. As for the inventory setup, we obviously have the runes for the Slayer Dart spell, which are Death runes and Air runes. We have the Spring Cleaner to clean up some of the drops and give it some AFK profit. The Seedicide to crush the seeds, obviously. A Jellyport helmet or whatever. You can ignore that if you do not have it. This is a fast way to get there, which I'll show you in just a second. The Vecna Skull, which is pretty much the unlimited super magic potion. Weapon poison plus flasks. One lasts 10 minutes each sip, which is pretty good. The herbicide and 2 familiars and some scrolls. And 5 full aggression potions for 2 hours of fun at Turoth's. There are 2 good ways of getting there. Obviously there are more ways to get there, but these are 2 main ones. The first one is obviously walking there, going to the Fremenning Glowstone and then just following the video into the dungeon and all the way around, which is quite some walking. You can use a shortcut if you have 81 agility, but other than that, it's quite a long walk to get there, so that sucks I guess, but you're going to be camping there for quite a while, so it doesn't really matter. You can also use the Mask of Jelly or Jellyhead to teleport to the jellies, and into the next room are the Turoths. Here's a little clip of me killing the Turoths for 1 sip of the aggression potion. Now I have tested them for longer, but I did not want to include that into this video as the video would be way too long, obviously. Now, as for killing them, you really just want to pot up, get your familiar out, click on your aggression potion, and AFK away. If you for some reason do not know how to make an AFK bar, just copy mine. If you do not have some of the abilities on there, the healing ability, which is called Sacrifice, is from the Godwars dungeon, and the Sunshine ability is from the World's Wakes quest, which is pretty much a better version of the Metamorphosis, or however you pronounce that ability. And it basically boosts your damage for a while you're standing in it, and it's very useful here. And as you see, the familiar attacks multiple of the Turoths, and they attack me because of the aggression potion, and I use my chain ability to aggro more of them. And it's really good farming experience per hour. It's 250k an hour if you're lucky. It can vary, and it can even get all the way up to 300k, I believe, if you're using the max amount of gear. Ignore the audio cut right there. They're usually 220,000 farming experience per hour, but I got 250k because I got a bit lucky with the seed drops. But you can get 250k average over a longer period of time, so it's great for AFK farming. As you see on the screen, you can easily kill them with the Abyssal Wand and Orb, but you just get a little bit less experience. I don't know why that is the case. It might be because you aggro them less or hit faster and therefore use the spell more than an ability. I don't know, but it's worse than the Staff of Light, so I recommend using the Staff of Light for more experience per hour. I hope you guys enjoyed the guide and found it helpful. If you have any questions whatsoever, just please ask them in the comments below and I'll answer them as fast as I can. If you're interested in killing Turoths with ranged, one more time I'll mention it. I have a ranged guide on them on my channel, which I'll link in the description and in the cards section. Now if you want more guides, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.